If you've got yourself the April freshwater Bass and Yella's Quarantine Tackle Club box, let's jump in now and have a look at how we're going to use it. Let's start off with our surface option. This one is new to the market, another one by Chase Baits here. This one is the Chase Baits Ripple Cicada. So the Chase Baits Ripple Cicada obviously is a topwater lure, so you're going to be throwing this one preferably early morning, late afternoon, when bass are going to be feeding a little bit closer to the top. Now these things, as you feel them, they are essentially a hollow body little cicada, which means they're going to make a great little plopping noise when you cast them onto the surface of the water. A lot of the time when I'm fishing these cicadas, when you cast them out and it hits the water, you want to let it pause. Let it pause. As those ripples from it hitting the water dissipate and get maybe a meter or two away, that's when you can start your retrieve. I'll normally do 3 or 4 winds, let this thing just crawl a little bit, pause it again. Especially when you're tight into the structure, if you nail that good cast right up in there, maybe only do a couple little twitches or 1 or 2 winds just to get it crawling and stop, because you want to keep it in that strike zone for as long as you can. And a lot of the times the bass will smash something like this right on the pause. Now the cicadas came in a little bit later this season, because normally you can hear them, they're just going nuts like a couple months before summer. But for some reason this year they came in a little bit later. So that's why we've included a cicada, because they're still out chirping. When you can hear the cicadas chirping, you know it's top water time. So give this one a go, early morning, late afternoon, if you can get out of the house safely, obviously. That is the Chase Baits Ripple Cicada, and these things just look absolutely dynamite. Now as the sun gets higher and the day gets further on, we've got something here called the Pontoon 21 Greedy Guts. Now this is a 55mm suspending little crankbait or minnow, which is going to be great for obviously getting a little bit deeper into the structure once the surface hits have slowed down or come to a complete halt. But the Pontoon 21 here, you're just going to give it a few little twitches down, get it down into the structure, and because of the suspension, it's just going to sit there, not going to rise up, not going to sink down. If it does, it'll be very, very, very slowly, but it's going to stay in that strike zone underwater for a long time. Once again, on this pause, or just after the pause when you start to twitch it away again, is when the bass will absolutely smash these. Now moving out into deeper water or schooled up fish, we have the Storm Arashi Vibe. So these have a self-tuning line tie on top of them, so you can be pretty certain they're going to swim well every time you use them. These do have a very loud knocking rattle in them and can be worked vertically if you want to jig up some schools, or cast and retrieve if you're sitting off the school and you want to bring the lure back through them. So if you're using this on a dam and you have a sounder, use your sounder to locate the school of bass. Either sit on top of them and just slowly work it up and down, or you can sit your boat or kayak back off the school, cast over the school, and just do a slow roll, maybe adding 1 or 2 pauses in as you bring it back through the school, and these things get crunched. Now we do have a bit of a combo set up this month. We do have the Damiki Tot spinnerbait coupled up with Damiki Viper trailer hooks. So straight out of the packet, you can run your spinnerbait as is. It will be a little bit more snag resistant because it is only running the single hook on it. So this will allow you to cast it right up into the snags and slow roll it back out. If you haven't fished with trailer hooks before, a trailer hook will slide over top of the existing hook on your spinnerbait, dropping another piercing point further behind into the skirt of the spinnerbait. This is great if you're having short strikes or fish just aren't quite committing, and maybe only hitting just behind the hook and hitting the skirt instead, resulting in hookups rather than misses. Obviously putting one of these on your spinnerbait does make it a little bit less snag resistant, but it might be a trade-off you're willing to do if it means you're not hooking up with the fish. And that's it for this month's April Quarantine Bass and Yellas Tackle Club box. If you want to check it out or any of the others in the range, head to www.tackleclub.com.au, pick a box that's right for you, and welcome to the club.